Hello and welcome to Behind the Lines. I'm Diane Dayton. We love our Lancaster Barnstormers. This is season 12 and with us right now is pitcher and community relations, Pete Andrelzik. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Boy, the Barnstormers are such a big part of our community, and more than the game itself, you do a lot of different things in the community, and you're a face of that. Tell us more.
Yeah. Like I said, it is a really big part of the community, and we try to make it more than just baseball. We realize that we do have a platform to be able to get out into the community and to help as many people as possible. So we've kind of tried to take a new approach to that, and instead of fitting everybody in a certain mold of what you think you can do at the baseball park or what you think we can help you out with, we kind of just go out and say, hey, whatever you want to do, let's discuss that. If we have a way of being able to help you and help your organization, then we're going to go out and we're going to do exactly that. So we do a lot of different community events that aren't necessarily something that you'd ever think, hey, the baseball stadium is going to be perfect for that, because we're trying to make now our stadium become a community center. And I think there's been a very big shift, especially with the ownership taking over a couple of years ago, from baseball-centric activities to community-centric activities. And it's really refreshing to me. An elementary education background and being able to work with kids and just seeing that we are really actually focused on the community. You hear a lot of different professional sports teams talk about that and go out and you see a little bit of it. I think we're doing a very good job of getting very mainstream with what we're doing and being able to bring all of the aspects of what we're doing into the community and really making that shine, and that one of our main focuses.
Specifically, what are you doing with the elementary children?
We have a lot of reading programs, and the best part for me is I love to read, I love to write. So I get to go out to these elementary schools, and we'll have about a 30 to 45-minute program. I get to interact with Silo. We'll bring Silo out, and we have a nice little repertoire, a little back and forth. So we'll go try to talk about the different reading programs that the schools will have, and each school does their own different reading program. Again, we go out and we don't want them to have the same program. We don't want to mandate this is what you do here, here, and here. So we go out and we let them create their own program, and we go and talk to the kids about what it means to read and the foundation of having a good education. One of the main things I always tell these kids is you never see a professional athlete retire when they're 65 years old from playing. So you have to have a good foundation in that education. So we'll take a couple minutes and do that, and then we'll bring Silo out, because I always like to give myself about 10 minutes before, because then as soon as Silo walks out, he's the star of the show, and right. I get lost in the shuffle. The only thing I've got is the microphone then. So we'll go out and stress the importance of reading and education, and then we'll read the Silo story, and he'll act it out, and we'll do all those things and get the kids really excited about what their reading program is and the educational aspects that they're trying to go through and discuss in the schools. And we've partnered up and done some programs at the stadium. So now if they do create their reading program, they go through it and finish it, then we have tickets to some games that they're more than welcome to attend, and there's some different little events that they get to partake in on the field. So it's a really cool program, and it really hits home with me being able to go out and interact with the kids.
You're meeting a lot of great people doing this, aren't you?
Oh yeah. There's a lot of, it's funny, before I got into the community relations aspect of the off-the-field job, you don't realize that there's a mixer or something going on in Lancaster every single night. So I enjoy doing those things. I really enjoy getting out. I've gone to a lot of the FIG events, and they're fantastic at being able to just put on a really nice event for anybody. And for me, though, you'll more than likely find me out at a kid's baseball game or a 12-year-old baseball game. If I see a practice, I'll stop there. But there are so many cool little things going on in Lancaster, and you run into people that really genuinely care about making a difference in Lancaster at a lot of these things, and it's such a neat vibe to see that a lot of other people are trying to go along that same route and just make Lancaster a really, really nice place to raise a family. I know I was gone for 10 years, and it just kind of has that drawback where you come back and you realize it's such a great place to grow up, and it's changing, and it's changing to me for the better, just because there's so many people in Lancaster that are trying to create something worth being here for.
Yeah. What are some of the other places and things that you do?
With the team?
Yeah, as a representative.
We'll do, and we're trying to change a lot of the culture of what we do. We have a good fundraising program. We've done a lot of those things, but some of the things that I'm trying to get our players more active in are the youth sports, and having a more hands-on approach with those fundraising aspects and with the nonprofits. So this year, instead of a lot of going out and signing autographs and that being it and shaking hands, we're going to go out and try to partake in practices for sports teams.
Okay.
Or we've talked to Little Leagues. They're going to try to give us their umpiring coordinator. And we're going to go out and try to take the burden off some of the volunteer umpires, and we'll go out and umpire some games. Or if they're short an assistant coach, we'll go out there and try to do that. So I've encouraged every team, every league that I've met with to give me their schedule, their master schedule, so that if we have some time on any kind of day when we can get out there for 30, 45 minutes and really take part and not just make it about baseball, we will kind of want to go out and have our players recant their life stories or how they got there, what they've done to achieve the success that they've gotten. Because every player on our team has had a certain amount of success to be able to get where they need to be, but there's always something that happened that made them have to overcome something, and it's those stories that I really want the kids to understand, that it's not just silver platter, you're a professional baseball player, this is it, and there's that border from the stands to the field. I want that interaction so the kids can say, hey, these guys didn't just, they weren't just handed something. They went out and they earned it. And a lot of times, I know myself, I've got 3 different stories where I was told I'm not going to play. I'm not going to play this level or this level, or I'm not going to get drafted. And it's things like that. If you can tell a kid that, it gives them that little extra push to say, hey, you know what? Even if it's not a professional sport, if it's going out and doing something that their friends say, I don't know why you're going to do that. It's just that little extra push to say, hey, you can do it, and you've got guys here that we're going to support you, we're going to help out, and you've got coaches and teachers that are going to do the same thing.
Yeah, we're going to put the website up for the Barnstormers because we're going to find out everything about Barnstormers on there and how to connect. Now, if there's somebody watching and they've got an idea for you that they would like you to be a part of, how do we go about getting a hold of you?
We have contact information on the website. I'd be more than happy to give you my cell phone number, and they can call me. And that's the nice thing. Like I said, we're not trying to fit somebody into a mold of an idea or an event. So I love getting calls and you kind of get that hesitation from people right away. They're like, well, I don't know if this will work. And I say, hey, throw that out the window. Don't worry about it. If you think if it's an idea that you have, by all means, let's go over it. And if it's physically possible for us to do, hey, we'll try to do it.
What was one of the craziest?
We're having a cornhole tournament. You know what cornhole is? Yeah. So we're having a cornhole tournament on the field, and we're doing that to raise money for an organization. We've done a wiffle ball tournament. Just anything really that you can think of. We've had company picnics where they put together little company Olympics and things like that. And the bad thing for me is I'm on the road when all the fun stuff happens on a non-game day. So all the things that are going on when they just rent the stadium out and make it a carnival atmosphere sometimes, I'm always on the road, so I really never get to partake in all those. I get to help set them up, but I know they're doing, at some point this year, they're doing a color run. So it really is, if somebody has an idea, we're going to figure out if there's a way to make it work, we're going to try to make it work.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, the soccer too, you'd never think to have a soccer game on our stadium, but they fit the whole stadium in there and done everything, and it was a huge success. Yeah. So they're doing that, softball games. There's a wealth of opportunities for things to do there.
And we're talking any age group too, aren't we?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We've done. My focus is in helping youth athletic leagues and younger generations. But we've got we did a wiffle ball tournament last year where we had 50-year-old guys out there diving around our field, just having the time of their life. Asking if we're going to do it again next year. So it really is. There's no constraint to the things we can do. If we can find a way to have an event for a group or for organization, or we can find a way to help and utilize the stadium, then we're going to do it. It doesn't matter if you're 2 or 99, and we've got the pinball area upstairs to prove it. So we'll have kids up there. You got a 5-year-old kid up there who has the same look on his face as an 85-year-old man just sitting there playing pinball for hours. Yeah,
that's when you come to one of the games and you come into the stadium, it's so welcoming because there's so much going on there. There's such a sense of family and community, right, Pete?
Yeah, and it is. I've played in minor league stadiums all over the country, and this is one of the nicest ones. not just in the setting. The setting is beautiful. I find myself sitting in the bullpen just staring at the sunset half the time. But just the genuine family atmosphere that we are working to create and doing a good job of creating. And it's just trying to find that good balance between a good entertainment value and a good family value and a nice evening out. Because as much as it hurts me to say sometimes, in all honesty, we're entertainment with baseball in between. So it's a lot of people come out to see the different things that we have going on in the ballpark, and if the baseball happens to catch your eye, then we've done a good job on the field. But in all honesty, we want to try to provide a good entertainment value for everybody coming out, and hopefully we've put on a good product on the field so that it's going to keep you coming out. But I think we do a very good job of that, yes. And I think we do a very good job of making it a nice family-valued entertainment. I
think you do too, and I look forward to this season and seeing you out and about in the community, all the great things you do. Thanks for taking time with us today,
my pleasure. Pete. My pleasure.
We're going to talk to Tony and find out what's going on this season, so stay with us. Welcome back to Behind the Lines, and we've been talking about our great Lancaster Barnstormers. With us right now, we have Tony DeMarco, and you are the Vice President. Thanks for being here.
It's an honor to be here.
There's so much going on at the Barnstormers Stadium. Opening night, the 28th of April.
Chubby Checker. He's still in great shape. He's going to come out, and we're going to try to set the Guinness Book of World Records. It's 3,050 people. We have to have 3,050 people doing the twist.
Oh, wow.
So we got to get everybody up and dancing. If you're there, Diane, you've got to do the twist.
I will.
We need a sunny day, too.
Okay.
So that's the goal for opening day.
Yeah. Now, what else is going on in May? We've got something on Friday the 6th.
We do. America's Got Talent. Have you seen them? The motorcycle thrill show in that sphere. They go round and round, 1,000,000 miles an hour. It's crazy. They're coming out on Friday night, and then Saturday night, Cowboy Monkey Rodeo, where the little monkeys ride the border collies, lasso the sheep, and it's a blast.
That's always a blast. And you're also going to be doing that another time, too. I think it's in July.
It is July
22nd.
22nd, Friday the 22nd. Two Cowboy Monkey Rodeos this year.
Sounds like a good time to me. It's really important that we're doing the Barney Ewell Olympic bobblehead giveaway, and that's the end of May, right?
Well, it's a perfect night. You know, it's Lancaster City Schools night. So it gives the children a chance to know probably Lancaster County's greatest athlete, a guy who won the 48 Olympic gold medal, who would have won gold in 40 and 44 if World War II hadn't happened. This is a guy who was the fastest man in the world for about 7 years. He's a Lancaster native, went to McCaskey and Penn State, and nobody, a lot of the younger generation doesn't know who Barney is. We're going to educate that day. We've got all his children coming out and his nieces and nephews, and we're going to celebrate the legacy of Barney Ewell.
That's excellent. We're going to have a Blue Ridge Communications Community Night, too.
And, our relationship with Blue Ridge gets stronger every year. What a great place you have here. And we're going to, Blue Ridge is going to sponsor that night. So every customer of Blue Ridge is going to get a complimentary ticket courtesy of Blue Ridge Communications Cable.
Yes, and that's Thursday. It's June 23rd. There's also going to be face painting and Insanity Factor, which is magic. So there's a lot of fun things going on, too.
And I think the vouchers are at select points throughout the viewing region here at Blue Ridge.
BRC11TV.com is where they can also go to find out about their tickets, too.
All right, big night.
Yeah.
June 23rd.
BRCTV11.com. Okay, we also have something fantastic going on. July 4th, that's the place to be.
Always one of our biggest nights of the year is because we are the only fireworks in Lancaster. So what we'll do that night is do a special patriotic program, and we can sync the music to the fireworks. So as the fireworks are playing, you'll hear the patriotic songs, and it'll be about a 20-minute program, double the time of that we normally run our fireworks, and expect one of the biggest nights of the year. It's always a great night at the stadium.
Then July 15th.
All right, Schreiber Pediatrics is one of the great nonprofit organizations in our area, helping all the children. And they do the duck drop in the river. Well, what we did last year, and we're going to do it again, we're going to put the ducks in a helicopter, drop them on the field after the game they'll all be numbered so people can buy their ducks. They fall down, and there's wading pools. And the ducks that get closer to the center of the wading pools will win great prizes like a television or a big Weber grill last year, all sorts of great things. So come out that night and get your duck, and it'll be flying out of the helicopter.
Sounds good. August, there's a lot going on too. I think on the 20th, whoopie pie night. We don't want to miss that.
Well, it's a Lancaster tradition, right?
It is.
Whoopie pies are one of the great, hallmarks of our area. So we'll give 1,000 out to the fans as they come in the door. We'll have a whoopie pie eating contest. We'll throw them into the stands, and we'll celebrate this great Lancaster tradition. And I forgot to mention, the night before, very controversial but fun figures coming in. Jose Canseco, the former MVP, is coming in, and he'll be bashing softballs against fans in a contest. So it'll be like a home run hitting contest before the game.
Wow.
So that's a big weekend in August.
One thing we've got to know too, that every Saturday night is fireworks.
We do. Fireworks is one of the hallmarks of the Barnstormers, and right after the game on Saturday night, we will shoot those fireworks off, and we have an artiste this year who can put the music of the fireworks and somehow sync it with what he's the colors and everything, and supposedly it's going to be a very different sort of upgraded experience, especially on certain nights like Star Wars night.
Yes.
In September, he'll play the Star Wars music.
Okay.
July 4th, the patriotic music. Salute the Veterans on May 27th. He will do a special, military, all the different military songs as he shoots the fireworks. So those are great nights to come out.
Yeah, they are. August 26th.
August 26th is, we have this guy, Mad Chad Taylor, who juggles chainsaws.
Oh my.
Now, I haven't seen him in person, and I'm not juggling any chainsaws.
No, not to be tried
But he
at
will
home.
be at the stadium tossing the chainsaws in the air, and you gotta come out and see Mad Chad Taylor, the chainsaw juggler.
I like how you're so involved with the community on so many different levels, and also with faith organizations as well. There's also the Recovery Day recognition ceremony that's August 28th.
A special day. We started a couple years ago when the 12-step community came to us and said, we'd like to have an event. And about 400 people showed up back in 2014. Last year, 800 people showed up. We did a parade, and Dwight Doc Gooden, the former New York Mets star who's been through issues himself, came out to embrace the 12-step community. And so we're going to do a very similar program in late August this year. We don't know who the celebrity is yet, but we're looking to have another meaningful, impactful visitor, embrace this group that's working so hard.
Another impactful event happens on September 8th. It's Salute to 100 Women Who Care.
The traditional ladies' night, I think, I don't want to say it's passé, but people are looking for something more. If you're not aware of 100 Women Who Care, what they do, and they get together and 3 times a year, every woman in the organization puts down $100. They have like 300 members, it should be 300 women who care. But it's about 30 grand at each meeting that they collect, and then they give it right to a nonprofit. Wow. So we're going to salute that organization, and we're going to put a couple of other programming elements that, respectful programming elements to the leading women in this community. We're going to honor some community business leaders, that women-owned businesses that have done really well that night.
Excellent.
So great stuff then as well.
That's Sunday, September 11th, Kids Helping Kids.
Well, that's September 11th is going to be a really powerful day. That's the 15th anniversary of the tragedy, the 9/11 tragedy. The memorial stair climb is that day. That's right before the game. All the firefighters in the community in full gear will go up and down the steps of the stadium, and they'll go around 6 times. They've counted out it to be exactly the steps that were in the World Trade Center. They wear a badge of one of the firefighters who perished in the horrible tragedy. It is an unbelievable event. If you're around on September 11th in the morning, come out for the stair climb and stay for the game. And we will have a number of programming elements where we honor those who lost their lives and were affected by that great tragedy on September 11th.
And then you also have the Kids Helping Kids too with the Penn State
Always.
Children's Hospital,
Always.
which is great too.
Every Sunday, we're going to honor those kids that are up at Penn State and do a tribute to them that are, in some sort of illness and fighting through with we're going to recognize them on the field.
Boy, this is a lot to coordinate.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
And I didn't even mention the soccer games. We've got 5 soccer games with the City Islanders where we put the sod on the field, transform it into a soccer stadium. I didn't mention the concert. Peter Frampton and Leonard Skinner. The first concert in 7 years.
That's how long it's been. When is that?
That's June 8th, Thursday, June 8th.
Okay.
The legendary Leonard Skinner and Peter Frampton.
There's always something interesting going on there. I love how you put it all together, something for everyone in the family.
We try. I mean, we won the Atlantic League Community Service Award last year. We raised over $100,000 for area nonprofits. We're very proud of that. There is a fundraiser going on just about every night of the year.
That's excellent. We're going to put the website up on the screen so you can find out everything Barnstormers. Get your tickets, show up, and be a part of the community. We're going to take a brief pause. When we come back, we've got some final thoughts. Stay with us. We've been talking about our great Lancaster Barnstormers and the season coming up. You can get full or half-season tickets too, and there's so much more going on. There's a whole picnic area, right?
Well, go to the website, and there's so many options. The picnic area has got palm trees now. It's kind of a Jimmy Buffett, Margaritaville. And the Hess brothers, who are probably the barbecue specialists of our area, are out there, every night. So get a picnic. Go out to the local flavor. Call us up and set up a picnic. Or come out to the suites. We have those beautiful suites upstairs, the Pinball Museum. Look on the website. Call me, 358-9863, and we will set up whatever type of party you want.
Oh, that sounds good. There's the carousel. I love the carousel.
Oh, well, birthday parties too. Have your kids out and go on the carousel, go on the new inflatables. Strasburg Railroad's putting a little push railroad car all along the outfield.
Oh, wow.
And then we have a dinosaur coming in.
Really?
Reading Museum is bringing a computer animated T-Rex, I hear. We may get a Tyrannosaurus. I don't know what we're getting, but it's going to be moving and eyes and big mouth.
Wow, that sounds great. We're going to put the website up on the screen once again. You can find out about all of the games. You can find out what's going on specifically, how you can get involved, how you can get tickets. It's just a good time, and it's a good thing for the community.
Absolutely. We're really proud of our place in the Lancaster community. We think we're the water cooler. We are the place where Lancaster County gathers.
Yeah, and it's the 12th season.
Can't
I can't wait. See, we planned that. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Great to be here as always.
Yeah, thanks so much. And thank you for joining us today, too. I'm Diane Dayton with Behind the Lines. And remember, keep looking behind the lines, and you might be surprised what you find.